Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Last Gen Richtofen Hallucination Podcast. I'm your humble host, Vince Plays, here with my buddy Alex, as per usual. What's up, dude?
Hello, everybody.
We got some good topics today, guys.
Yeah, we got some great topics.
But first, I do want to say thank you to anyone who's tuned into the live streams over the last week. Just kind of the little fun thing to do while I was still getting better, because what happened was the last 2 months have just been an absolute mess for me personally. Like, I got a cold, then I got another cold, and then I got an ear infection, and I just got through all that like a week ago. So I do want to say that I know that I still need to do the gaming pickups via the Xbox section of it all, but I'm going to get to that. It's going to take some time, but the reason that it hasn't come out sooner is because of that. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into these topics, shall we?
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing we are going to be talking about is something that kind of grinds my gears a little bit, to be honest with you, because I'm sure, as you guys know, I am super into physical media. Sometimes I buy digital games. I game on PC. I buy most of my games digitally there. But, for games that I really like and for stuff that's interesting to me, I like to have on disc. Well, Microsoft wants to give you the big old middle finger with this thing that they announced earlier this week. So, if you guys didn't hear, Microsoft basically announced that there's a new Xbox One S without a disc drive. So, it's an all-digital Xbox One. So, what they're basically saying is that screw your physical media. I'm trying to think of a word that is not the F-bomb, because YouTube doesn't like that, apparently.
Yeah.
So, they're saying screw your physical media, screw your value, and I'll get into that in a second. That's an entirely other story right there. So, basically, just screw your physical media and screw your wallet. I knew that they were probably going to do something like this, but it's one of those things, like, who's going to buy this? I mean, I know there are people who buy all their games digitally, but there is no way that you would buy this over one with a disc drive, because this thing is also $250, so yes, this thing is $50 more expensive than one with a disc drive. Granted, the hard drive's a little bit bigger, but it's not even a comparison. Why would you pay more for less, basically? That's just stupid. And, as somebody who, like I said, who cares deeply about physical media, that really, really pisses me off. And I know what Microsoft's doing. They're trying to do this to see if people are going to buy it, so they can try to move all digital next generation. And I'm telling you right now, if they do that, I will not be buying another Xbox. I'll just move completely to PC, because one of the only reasons that I'm still primarily a console gamer now, other than the fact that I just have an insane investment in most of my consoles, is the physical media. You can buy older PC games on disc. You can buy a few newer ones on disc, but not most of them. You can't get a lot of them physically, as we're on console. Usually if there's a game that you like, usually it gets a physical release. So I'll probably just end up moving to completely over to PlayStation. I have a PS3, I have a 360, and I have an Xbox One, and I have a PS4. I won't even bother messing with the Xbox brand next generation if that's the direction they're moving, because they're basically telling me that you don't want my money, and all their exclusives have already went to PC. So the Xbox One just gets worse every time I hear anything about it. I haven't heard any good news about the Xbox One in a long time. What do you think about this, Alex?
I mean, I don't really have many disc games, but when I had them, it's good to use the disc drive if you got your way, and if there was an easier way, you can't use it now, because
yeah, right. And even if you buy most of your games digitally, why would you choose one that doesn't have it? Because if there is a game on disc that you want to play, then you can, and it's more expensive. So why would you pay more to lose an entire option for playing your games?
I honestly don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't really have many disc games, but like on my 360, I have a whole cubby in my closet with just disc games, and I can't imagine having that for the one and then not being able to use any of them anymore.
Yeah, this is fine because I have a fairly good feeling that it's gonna bomb hard because nobody's going to buy this, I don't think. And if they do, I'll just be completely mind blown. Like, you've worked some wizardry, Microsoft, if you can pull that off. But I'm pretty sure this thing's gonna bomb. People are gonna be like, no, I don't want that. I'll just buy the one with the disc drive that's cheaper, and I can actually play games on disc should I want to. But, that's the thing, that they're taking away an option. There was nothing stopping people from buying all digital games on a console with a disc drive, but why completely cut off an entire way to experience games or to collect games? It's stupid, and honestly, like I said, we're just gonna run in circles if we keep dragging this on. But in summary, I want to know what you guys think about this, and if you guys are going to buy one. If so, why? Because from my perspective, I don't see any benefits to doing this. It's bad for the industry. It's bad for the consumer. They're trying to bring on the death of physical media, which I don't like. Like I said, I like that digital is there. I like how on PC I can just buy my games digitally because, most PC games are digital anyway, even if they're on disc. You install the data to your hard drive, and then your disc just works basically as a verification key to show that you bought the game. Similar to how the disc-based Xbox One works. But, it's fine for PC because I look at it kind of differently. PC, there are always going to be options. To get it, the PC platform is never going away. So, in 20 years, say Steam goes under or whatever, I have other options to obtaining whatever game it is. Let's say it's Max Payne, right? Because that's what I have in my computer right now. If Max Payne gets pulled off Steam, or Steam gets shut down, in 20 years, there are still going to be other websites that I can get Max Payne from, whether it's through torrenting, which I am not recommending, but I'm just saying it's there. I can torrent it, I can buy it from a different storefront, I can go and buy it on disc. There are several options. The computer's an entirely different ballgame. On the Xbox One, when the servers go down, whether that be 10 years from now, 20 years from now, hell, even 30 years from now, that's it. You can't re-download any of those games. You can't go to an alternative server or an alternative website and download all your Xbox One games back. That's gone. When they pull the plug on the servers, they are gone. You see the difference that I'm making here? Digital is okay on PC because there are always other options to obtaining it, even if the servers for one particular platform go down. On console, you don't have that. The only way to immortalize a game on console is to buy it on disc.
Yeah.
Do you have any other thoughts on this? If not, we can move on. But I would like to know what you guys think.
Explained it. I mean, if Xbox goes down, you're pretty much screwed.
Exactly.
That's really all to it.
Yeah, like I said, I would like to know what you guys think. Like, if you guys are buying one, to each their own, whatever works for you. I get some people might be intrigued by that. I know some people, would love to have one of these. I personally can't understand, but I would like to hear your guys' opinions, and I understand that that people have different opinions, and so if we can, let's talk about it down below, because I don't understand it, but you tell me what your reasoning is for wanting one. Maybe you can help me understand better. And that's the part of the fun of doing YouTube. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments or whatever on Twitter, whatever your thing is. Links will be in the description if you're interested in following me or even just tweeting me. So you want to move on?
Yep.
All right. So the next topic is a slightly more positive one, which I'm just going to put this out here. I know that this is going to seem kind of... People are going to be like, oh, you're a PlayStation fanboy. You just hate Xbox because it's not PlayStation. Oh, you're herp derp, whatever. No, that's not it. I have more Xbox games than I do PlayStation games. I have my preference, which is PlayStation consoles, with the exception of the original Xbox, which is my favorite console of that generation. But other than that, the PS3 and 4 I like more. But the Xbox One is the first console I had this generation. The 360 was my main console for the 7th generation. So, I like Xbox. I love Xbox. I love backwards compatibility. I love Halo. Halo is one of my favorite exclusives of all time. I like Halo just as much as Uncharted. It's nothing like that. I am not a fanboy for anything. If Sony pulled this, I would be calling them out too. It's just how I see it. It's what's happening. If the roles were reversed, I'd be calling out the other one for doing it. All right. So with that out of the way, don't bring your petty fanboy nonsense to my comment section. The 5 of you that are watching this. Okay. So, PS5, we got a whole lot of details for the PS5. Well, we never actually got a official announcement for the console yet. We have a lot of details that were confirmed by Sony during an interview last week. So let's just go through the article a little bit. It says that the PS5 is going to have an 8-core AMD chipset based on the 3rd generation Ryzen architecture, with a GPU taking the best bits of the Radeon Navi, I assume it's Navi, GPU family built for purpose SSD, built for purpose SSD storage system, 3D audio, backwards compatibility with PS4 games, and that's a big one for me. The backwards compatibility with PS4 games. This is why I'm actually covering this in our podcast, because this is really cool. That means that I assume that PS5 is going to have a disk drive, since it's going to be backwards compatible with the PS4. So, all of us still having physical media on the PlayStation side is really good, which I'm personally really happy about. As well as that, a problem with collecting games and game consoles like me is that I'm not made of space. I'm at max capacity pretty much for the amount of consoles and stuff I can have on my entertainment center. The backwards compatibility with PS4 games is good because that means I can get rid of my PS4 and just buy a PS5 and all my games will work, because they said it's going to be fully backwards compatible with PS4, which is going to be absolutely awesome because, like I said, I'm really out of space. So for people like me without a lot of space, all your PS4 games are going to work out of the box. That's what they're saying anyway, from what I understand. So that's a big thing for me, is that it's going to work with all the PS4 games, or at least that's what they're saying right now. That's a big winner for me. What do you think, Alex?
I mean, same here. I mean, especially if what happened the first time when you moved to an X console, I couldn't. So let's hope it stays that way, because if not, I'm gonna have no one to play with.
Yeah, and if it's not backwards compatible, I'll just keep my PS4 too, but I'll just have to unhook something. But yeah, that'd be really cool. I hope all this ends up coming to fruition, because the PS4, I like the PS4. I have a lot of games for the PS4. I still have a lot of friends on PS4, including Alex, because it's So some people are just uh, either have other expenses or things that that prevent them from getting a next gen console. So I will probably in the long run end up getting a PS4 before some of my friends. So it'll be cool to be able to still be able to play with them, even if I upgrade and and sell my PS4, or give it to my to someone in my family, or whatever the deal is. I'm not saying that I will end up with a PS5 first, but the possibility is there. So it'll be cool to know that all my games will work with that, and it's sounding pretty good because that's actually that's actually fairly close to what my gaming PC is probably going to end up being that I'm going to build. I'm thinking about putting a Ryzen 5 and GTX 1050 in it. So the PS5 will probably be very similar to whatever my PC can do. So, I don't think I have to worry too much about graphics being significantly worse or whatever. And what are you Jesus in over there?
Because Discord just keeps skipping, dude. Like, you're going quiet for like 10 minutes sometimes. It's stupid.
That's retarded. Yeah, Discord's having a stroke. But from what it sounds like, it is going to end up being very, it's going to be pretty mid-tier, probably graphic-wise and performance-wise at least it'll be recent, though. It'll be like a mid to high-end, system from what it sounds like. So, well, I feel like we're kind of doing that thing where we just end up running in circles. I just want to say it, so far it sounds like the PS5 is going to be a really good console. And we haven't heard anything about the next Xbox, so I don't know. But based on the choices they're making now, I don't foresee that being a very exciting console. I don't foresee me buying one if it's all digital, and I don't foresee me buying one if the PS4 is backwards or the PS5 is backwards compatible with the PS4. Because I don't really see a point in that, to be honest with you. But,
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like I said, not fanboyism or anything like that. If it was Xbox and PlayStation, the news was turned. They were talking about making a disk driveless PS4. I'd be on their ass too. But it's just not the case. So, right now I'm a lot more excited for PS5 than I am about what Xbox is doing. Simply because of the fact that it seems like Sony's going to do some things that actually are pro-consumer and would be actually enjoyable features for me, and it seems like Xbox is trying to push me further and further away with their all digital, all exclusives on PC bull. It's cool that more people can play games on PC, but it's bad because of the fact that they don't really have anything keeping people on their platform, and that didn't really make me mad. I was just kind of pointing out the logistics of bringing all your exclusive PC. The all digital thing really pisses me off because nobody wants that. People were just fine buying a disc drive, having Xbox One, and just downloading their games if they want to. There was no need for that. But it is what it is, I guess. It's turned out to be pretty exciting. And, oh yeah, one more thing before we go, that they were talking about 8K TV support. That they're kind of, I think they're kind of jumping the gun a little bit on this. We don't have 8K TVs, not even close. I'm not saying they don't exist, but they are not available to the masses yet. That is not a thing. They should instead target 4K 60 frames per second rather than trying to target 8K, because we can't even use 8K practically right now. So they should focus on getting the performance to 60 frames per second on their games instead of focusing on higher resolutions that we can't even utilize right now logically. So I did want to bring that up because I forgot about that part, the 8K TV thing, but I do think that that's a bad call, that they should not be targeting that. They should be targeting 60 frames per second on their games. But if you have nothing else to say regarding that, we can move on. But
yeah, we're good.
All right. So you want to move on to the last thing?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good.
Okay. So I think Alex probably has strong. I have strong feelings about this, but I'll let Alex go first because I think this is a lot more. He has a lot more feeling about this than I do. So I'll let you take it from here for a minute, buddy.
Oh, everyone knows our friends over at Skybound. You know, Skybound Games. So if you guys remember, I don't remember when it was, but Telltale went out of business. It was last year, right?
Mm-hmm. I think it was October.
Okay, something like that. But so they took over all of the licenses, for The Walking Dead, specifically only that game. So I'm like, okay, good. At least this game's gonna get finished. So they just finished the final season. Like, I think it was I forgot. It was like a month or so.
I think it was like the 24th of last month, wasn't it? Or 26th?
I think. Yeah, it was March 26th. So, yeah, it was like, yeah.
Exactly a month ago.
Yeah, you're right. It was March. I had to look that up real quick. So, I'm like, okay, this game's finished. I wonder what they're going to do now. So then I hear, well, I didn't hear. I saw a tweet on Twitter from Skybound, and they're like, okay, guys, so now that the final season's done, we're gonna take all the games and put them into one big giant engine and remaster everything, but you have to pay $300 in pre-order, and you can only do this one time. After that, you're done. And I'm like, okay, so you're gonna remaster all 3 seasons plus season 4, and then just put it all in one big disc and package, and then put it as a pre-order and then never sell it again. To me, that's just the biggest tease I've ever seen, ever. Like, you're not, like, why would you put all the games together in one engine and then get all of the work done for it and then just sell it for a limited time? Like, that's so stupid to me. I don't get it. And then put it up for $300 when you could just, okay, yeah, the pre-order's fine, but then, and why don't you just sell the game after the pre-order's done? I don't understand. I think they just wasted their time. It was stupid to me.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
It was just the way I feel about this is just that it was just exceptionally greedy of Skybound to do that. Like, yeah, here's the games that you guys want remastered. Here you go. But the cheapest one you can get is $100, and if you want all the cool stuff, that's gonna cost you $350. But bare minimum $100. And we're gonna lock it away behind this pre-order for seriously inflated prices because we threw in some shitty bonuses. They're like, here's one for $100. You have to pre-order it. You're never going to be able to buy it after this point, ever. That's it. So if you don't pay that highly inflated price, then I guess you're just going to have to stick with the standard edition of the first 3 seasons. It's wrong because while, I've been playing the Walking Dead Telltale games since 2012, since they first came out, and I have supported their company, Telltale and Skybound, since the beginning. So it's just kind of just like a big middle finger for the fans. Like, yeah, we're going to give you what you want, but you're going to have to jump through all these hoops and pay an exceptionally inflated price. Just for that, you're never going to be able to buy it individually. So either pay our inflated price or never play it. Then you know, suck it. Basically, is what they're saying, and that stuff like that really irritates me because it's anti-consumer. It's a waste of resources for you because you're missing out on potential sales from people who would just buy the standard game, the remasters of it. You know, you're wasting your resources on that, missing out on all those sales, and you're giving the middle finger to all the people who supported you for the last, what's it been, 7 years? Yeah, 7 years.
Yeah.
For the last 7 years, the people who've been giving you money for 7 years. You know, and they're all like, we care about the fans. Thank you, all the fans. We care about you all so much. But then you do stuff like this, I'm just like, do you really? You know, it's just, it's scummy. And lots of companies do it, but, you know, it's just particularly shitty coming from a company that's a smaller company. It's not like they're, you know, EA or Activision. They're pretty much just soulless companies that are just all about the money. It's a smaller company that I up until this point, I thought were grateful for the support that people gave them. But, you know, they're just pulling the exceptionally greedy. They're basically pulling an EA here, and I'm not really liking it at all. You know, it's just wrong.
I don't like it either.
Yeah, I'm done with that. I'm just like, no. You obviously don't want my money then.
It just sucks, man. Like, I just think it's a big tease. Like, yeah, you know, these are the 3 other games that you really, really love, but, you know, you gotta pay $100 at the least to have it, and you can never buy it again.
Yeah, but I'm just like, it's not worth that much to me. I'll just play the originals on PC. Yeah, I'll just play the originals on PC with maxed out settings. It's really not that big of a deal to me. They think they're hurting my feelings by trying to pressure me into buying their heavily inflated price definitive series edition. I'll just play the original versions on PC maxed out. You know, I'm not that heartbroken over it. I'm not going to lose much sleep over it.
I mean, no, but it's still wrong.
It's exceptionally wrong, but it doesn't really surprise me in this day and age. It's all about the dollar to most companies these days. But don't tell me in one breath, oh yeah, you're the fans. We care about you. Thanks for supporting us. We love you all so much. And then do stuff like this. Don't insult me.
It's just, I don't even know anymore. Like, that was just, when I heard about it, I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I heard that they're never going to sell it again. I'm like, great.
And, you know, I wasn't really, like, I thought it was kind of scummy at first. I wasn't that big of a fan of it, but what really just really set me off about the whole thing was Alex told me, I don't remember if I think he tweeted Skybound, was asked him if it would ever be sold separately. Yeah, he DM'd them and asked if they would ever sell it separately, and they said no, it's pre-order only. After that, you'll never be able to buy it again. You know, almost kind of just like trying to pressure him into pre-ordering it. It's just that's what really set me off. I'm just like, no.
Well, no. Actually, I saw a tweet that they answered somebody else. They never answered my DM. They just left me on red. They never responded.
Oh, whoever they said it to, they're trying to like pressure them into buying it. I'm just like, no, screw you. You know, that was what really set me off about it. It's just their attitude about it. Like, no, it'll never be sold again if you don't pre-order it. No, it just was like, no, that really set me off. I was done after that. I was like, you know what, screw you. And so,
I mean, yeah.
that leads us here.
Yeah, it made me pissed off too when I saw it. I'm like, are you kidding me?
We care about the fans, they said.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we really, thanks for sticking with us for this long through this journey, and then for this.
Yeah,
this.
thanks for sticking with us through the journey. So, but before we go, let's stick it in your ass one more time with a real nice, expensive bundle. Let us rob you blind before we go.
Thanks, Skybound.
Well, that is really it. If you have anything else to say, you can add that now. Otherwise, I think that's it.
I mean, yeah, like I said, it's just a disappointment. I mean, I'm not going to pay $100 for a game when it usually comes out by Telltale, well, Skybound now. Even when Telltale owned it, all the games were set at $20.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna do that. I'll just like I said. I'll just play the originals on max settings on PC, or play the ports on PS4 and Xbox One, which are maxed out. So, not gonna break my heart.
Yeah, well, it just sucks that they said that they're thankful for all of us, and they're just gonna fucking yank our tails with this.
Exactly.
Stupid.
I agree.
So, Skybound, I'm probably gonna send this to you. I don't really care what you say to me, but I just think it's just wrong.
I think
you guys can fight in the comments about it too, what you guys think, but that's just how I feel.
Yeah, guys, it's not worth fighting over. If you're gonna fight, take the fight to Skybound for, trying to take advantage of us. They're trying to take advantage of us as consumers. You take the fight to them for trying to screw us over like this.
Yeah, if anything, you guys should join us.
So, as usual, share your thoughts in the comments. I would like to talk to all of you, so I always try to respond to comments that I get. So, if I don't respond to you, I just be patient. Give me a day or two. I always try to respond because right now it's manageable. Nobody really comments, so usually I only have maybe 5 or 6 comments max. So I can keep up with all that. So yeah, leave me a comment. Let's talk about this because a lot of this stuff I'd like to actually talk to somebody about. So yeah, guys, let me know.
I'm just saying I'm going to be in the comments too, so if you can't answer it, I'll answer it.
Yeah, we can all have a conversation. Yeah, that should be fun.
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to talk about before we depart here today?
Well, that's about it, man. That's it.
Alright, guys. Well, I'm back in it after a month of being sick with various things. Finally back. I'm going to try to get that other half of the gaming pickups out sometime next week, hopefully. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to doing more streams, more Let's Plays, more zombies, more gaming pickups, and of course the podcast. So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. And were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was agreeing with your live streams and stuff.
Oh, hey. Alright, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Last Gen Richtofen Hallucination Podcast. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm sorry if this is not really, if we've kind of rambled and all that. But, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Until next time, this is Vince Plays and Alex signing off. Peace.